because there's mystery and wonder in God. That's what we're going to unpack today. And it's amazing. You can build your life.
Oh, that mystery.
On a mystery. You can build your life on a mystery. It's the best place.
Yeah, after all this time we've taken to establish the truth of God as being so rock solid and something you can know for sure and build your entire life on, he's going to now spend the entire fucking rest of this time to do, like, say, like, oh, but it's actually this big nebulous, mysterious, and you're actually not supposed to understand it. Kind of like ephemeral rocks. Yep. See, you gotta love the rocks. You gotta massage the rocks.
It's a mystery that also can't be true, so it's false, but it's a mystery.
Yep. Let's let him cook. See what the rock is cooking.
Jesus says, "Ask me questions. Ask me questions. Build your life."
Did he ever say that though?
No. This is sacrilegious, Kyle.
Yeah, like of all that, like this video like is one of the worst uses of scripture I've ever seen. One where he's trying to make definitive statements about what Jesus says or the Bible, offers no scriptural support for it. But then when he does bring up scripture, it either just doesn't say what he says or refutes what he says or refutes something that he's about to say later. Because you remember, like earlier he talked about, and I said to remember that verse where Jesus says, like, if you seek, you will find. If you knock, the door will open. Like, you will find what you're looking for. But now he's like, oh, but it's mysterious, so you shouldn't expect to like actually find stuff. Like, what are we talking about here? I don't know. Maybe what Jesus literally said, but
yeah, contradiction time.
On seeking me, ask away. You know, the question that's been haunting me lately, probably the same as you. Where do eels come from? Where do they come from? My wife, just a few weeks ago, she walked downstairs in the morning, like pre-coffee, me with this question out of the blue, no warning. She goes, "Hey, where do eels come from?" And I was like, maybe you skip like science and health class in the 5th grade. I can tell you where eels come from. When a mommy eel and a daddy eel love each other very, very much, and they're married, obviously, then they do a...
Oh, of course they're married. Like,
you went to a Christian school, you bitch.
Yeah. Special, like, eel hug situation, and then 9 months later, a baby eel is hatched, possibly born, not really sure. The point is...
Well, if you're not really sure, it sounds like you maybe skipped 5th grade science and health class.
I like his eel sex gesture.
Yeah, let's see if I can pause on that, perhaps.
A baby eel is eel hug situation.
Hold on, I need to...
Then they do a special, like, eel hug.
That's right up there with, like, the cervical scoop. Dude, his parents definitely told him he was born because of a special hug.
I definitely get that kind of energy from him. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Also, man, throwing shade, but I love it.
Yeah, he definitely read, like, an internet version of science.
Yeah, and also, tell me more. But I am intrigued. All right, so... I love how long we've kept Kyle in this.
It looks like he's doing Jerry Lewis impression of an eel in the ass.
Oh, man. Are we going to need to make a clip from that too? Man. All right. So that was somewhere around like 2 hour 40 something mark. We'll see if I remember that. All right.
Situation. And then 9 months later, a baby eel is hatched, possibly born, not really sure. The point is, it's easy. Did you skip 5th grade?
But you're the one who doesn't know if they hatch or are born, dude. Like, this analogy is falling apart on so many levels.
You skip 5th grade.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Do you know that scientists actually don't know where eels come from? No, it turns out all that we know about eels is that old eels, get this, I promise this is true. You can Google this. Old eels.
If someone wants to Google this, because I didn't feel like it.
Swim out to the Bermuda Triangle. which is also called the Sargasso Sea, and then baby eels swim back. That's all we know. It's a complete...
Like, okay, Kip, try to keep up, Boomer. We're talking about where eels come from and how scientists apparently don't know.
Which also has something to do with deconstruction.
Yes, but he's getting to that. And don't worry, he's probably going to make this illustration worse than you're thinking.
How is he not falling over with this posture? Like, how long are his feet that he's able to stay up?
The spirit?
Oh, spirit feet. Got it.
Yeah. Spirit feet. That's it. Glad we could help. That's what we do.
Wait, that's messed up.
Yeah.
That's just an eel just an eel with a floppy rubber hand.
Yeah. I don't know if that was it.
It's called a life cycle, Kyle. It is
Yeah,
interesting
come on.
that the electric animals do mysteriously breed in an area that has sometimes
well also not
weird
all of them are
geomagnetic
electric.
things.
Yeah. But yeah, it is. That's a clown shoes of righteousness. That'll keep you upright.
Why do clown shoes look like bowling shoes?
mystery.
Or why do bowling shoes look like clown shoes?
We should bowl in clown shoes. That sounds better.
Yeah, that definitely sounds better than clowning in bowling shoes.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
There's actually some scientists now who believe that all eels in the entire world are actually the same species, just at different life stages. Like they're a saltwater animal, and then they become a freshwater animal, and then a saltwater animal again. But no one knows. It's a complete mystery. Now, what if I told you that because of all this mystery and unanswered questions about eels, that I've decided that I no longer believe in eels? After all, my fifth grade understanding of health class and science or whatever, it can't answer my new questions. And get this, even the world's leading experts on eels actually have more questions than answers. So I'm out on eels, everybody. This is the day I announce it. No more eels for me. I'm done. See, here's the thing. This is exactly how many of us treat faith and why we lose it. See, we stop.
False. Also,
That's
the thing. No,
I feel like I can't do this hard enough without literally ripping my face off.
I hate the distraction into the insult approach. Also, he's like, I'm out, and he does like the superhero uppercut thing.
Yeah.
And he does it again later. He loves it, apparently. So fucking condescending.
Yeah.
And you know that like the story that wasn't really going anywhere except to have that the concluding statement come out of nowhere. Like that all happened so that could come out of nowhere. Like it was so it could have the most aggressive impact. And the fact that he thinks that's applicable is
because okay, so the comparison he's trying to draw here is okay, in some things in life there's mystery around it, but that doesn't mean we just stop believing in the thing just because part of it's mysterious. But as Flint and Steel very aptly points out, that at least there is evidence that eels even fucking exist. Like, okay, because part of the problem with God, like, it's not just a mystery of, well, what is he actually like and what does he actually want? Part of the mystery of God is, like, does he even fucking exist? And he seems fine with us just having that mystery and not actually proving it or anything. So this comparison just does not, like, there is no comparison. This is just not at all the same situation. But he's like, well, this would be ridiculous, so therefore this completely unrelated thing that people do with God is ridiculous. It's like, oh, God, I just, no, it exists because you can order from the local sushi restaurant. Now, when I can order God at a sushi restaurant, That'll be my doubting Thomas moment. Like, no, Jesus, I don't want to finger your holes. I just want to order you at a sushi restaurant. So, some wasabi.
Stop seeking God in 5th grade, and then life happens when we're 25, and our 5th grade faith utterly fails us. And yes, I don't mean this harshly, but of course it does. Of course it.
So what we're learning here is, and again, this is another point he's going to contradict later. But for now, he's saying the problem is when people lose their faith, well, it's because it was this immature 5th grade level faith that, which again, like, I mean, he's not saying that, like outright saying that this is the only reason that happens, but he's not offering any alternatives. So it can definitely come across as saying like, well, if someone loses their faith, and that means their faith was just too immature or it wasn't well informed enough. But like,
we're also
again,
learning he came to Jesus in 5th grade.
Right. So, I mean, from what I know from the stories of people like Dr. Kip, I mean, it's like so many people who they lost their faith, like because they came more educated, like way past the 5th grade level. So it's like, but say like, so I would love for Kyle here to try to explain again to like someone like Dr. Kip, say like, oh, the reason you lost your faith, you must have had a very like ill-informed, very immature, like 5th grade level faith, right? Like that was all the farther your schooling got before you deconverted, right, Kip? It was just a 5th grade level understanding of Christianity and the Bible and all that, right?
This is insulting. It's also projection. He sees people as extensions of him somewhat.
Yeah. So, yeah. Again, I think if you were to press him on this, I would imagine they would try to have that plausible deniability. Like, well, we're not saying like this is the only way it happens. Okay, but it's the only way you're presenting it. And you at least should very damn well know how your audience is going to hear this. And now how they're going to view people like us who end up losing their faith and like, oh, their faith was just like super immature and uninformed. It was just 5th grade level faith, and that was their problem. All right, well, let's get back to Kyle.
Let's do it. He's ready.
It's like we're like a third of the way through this. So
you weren't meant to keep that 5th grade faith. You weren't meant to have a 5th grade faith at 25, and you aren't meant to have a 25-year-old faith at 55.
See, and that little line there, I think, is supposed to like excuse them from just saying like it's just about being immature. It was like, no, but even like a 25-year-old faith is not appropriate at 55. So it's more about I guess what he's trying to say is it's supposed to like keep growing and developing. But again, this is a point he's going to come back and contradict later with scripture. So
also the whole meant to thing is happening without a qualification.
That too.
See, every deconstruction begins with a question that we can't answer with our current knowledge of God. Something that's a question that hits us in the face after the failing of a spiritual leader. Like,
not exactly. It's like you find a point where your faith stops working.
Yeah. Which means, yeah, sure. A lot of times it's about like a question that can't be answered, but yeah. Yeah.
Of God. Sometimes it's a question that hits us in the face after the failing of a spiritual leader. Like, man, how can somebody who says they follow a loving God act with such hatred, such abuse, such selfishness?
Yeah, so here's the other trope. It's like, oh, you're only leaving the faith because, people let you down. Again, he doesn't phrase it this way, but it's like, I mean,
God didn't.
I hate to use the term because this obviously isn't as nefarious as this term is often used for. But to me, like the phrase that's coming to mind is dog whistle, if that makes sense. So it's like, because this is the thing that people hear a lot. It's like, oh, people just leave the faith because of something that other Christians or some people in the church did. So like, oh, so your faith must have been in people and not God. So yeah, that's basically what he's addressing. But my response to anyone who tries to denigrate or discredit someone losing their faith or just having questions or doubts or criticisms of Christianity based on things that Christians do Like when they say, oh, well, that's just people. Like it wasn't God that did that. It was the people. So my response is, okay, but God let them do it. It's like.
But free will. Okay, but so the free will to violate other people's free will is supreme?
Right, because again, like to use the parenting metaphor, because Christians love to use it with God. Like imagine like with my kids were small, like especially like they were at the point where they like were like toddlers or something, like where they really needed me in more like direct ways, like to guide them and like literally like step in and like stop them from doing something if it was like dangerous or harmful. Like if I'm like out at the park with them, like at the playground, and like my kids are just like out on the playground, just like beating up and being like just little dickholes to like all the other kids on the playground. And I just sit there watching the whole thing happen, like perfectly able to step in and stop them from mistreating all these other kids and hurting them in the ways they are. But I don't. And then the parents of these kids like very rightfully come up to me like knowing that I'm the parent of these kids that are being so cruel to their kids, and they would very understandably be upset with me like, why aren't you controlling your kids, or why aren't you getting them to stop? And I was like, well, look, it wasn't me, it was my kids that hurt you can't be mad at me. But how much more so does God have control over the situation when his children are doing even worse things to these other people who we're all supposed to be his children? So that even makes it worse. It's almost like if one of my own kids was doing that to one of my kids, to my other kid, and I just did nothing about it. It's like, well, I mean, it wasn't me, it was them. It's like, okay, but God, you're the parent. You're the all powerful, all knowing, all loving parent. Like, so this whole like it was just Christians, it wasn't God. That's not an excuse. It's bullshit. God still could have done something about it, and he didn't. So that's why I blame him for it, and the people.
Let's get
obviously.
back to Captain Fitted Shirt.
Yeah, with a pocket.
Sometimes it's a question that comes from a scientific insight. You know, how can I trust the reliability of the Bible when its own account of the creation story disagree with each other? Which, by the way, they do. Genesis 1 and 2. How do you reconcile this with what you're learning? But
so of course he picks the easy example. Like something other, like anyone other than the most like fundamentalist, like scriptural inerrantist, whatever, like will admit, it's like, yeah, the book of Genesis has two different creation stories and they have different things. But most people are like, yeah, but that's okay because it's not supposed to be taken literally. It's just like two different ways of telling a story for different reasons with different points and whatever. But there's so many other like much more serious, like bigger issues with like the Bible and how things in it either seem contradictory or just flat out wrong or immoral. But he's like, but that's the one they'll mention because that's like the easy one to just like knock down and say, oh, that's not really a problem. So you see all these, so therefore, again, by implication, all these other things that people will bring up, those probably aren't big deals either. So
yeah, he's not going to answer this contradiction either.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestle.
Yeah, what you getting?
Got to wrestle with it. God is found in the wrestling.
Yeah, just ask Jacob. He'll break your dick and everything. So.
Than digging through the tough questions, rather than trying to advance our faith, advance our understanding, we just give up. It fails my fifth grade understanding.
Right, because that's
what you think we did. We just gave up.
Yeah, because that's the story of literally everyone who's ever deconstructed and lost their faith. They came to a tough question and gave up. Like, dude.
Wait, so what he's telling us is he came to a tough question and got through it, and now he knows all about deconstruction. And anybody who is deconstructed couldn't handle the tough question that he could. Is that what's happening?
Because he's such a big, strong man.
Well, he's a little strong, man, if anything.
Like with his big faith brain. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, like this is... This... Oh. It's like, this is what he thinks happens, or this is what he wants you to think is happening. It's like, oh, they came to some tough questions, they couldn't find it, so they just gave up. No, it's because here's the thing. Sometimes, like, especially with something like this magnitude, like where you're asking someone to commit to it and like build their entire life on it, when it doesn't make sense, like, yeah, people might walk away from that. Like if someone's coming to me like with they have like some serious health problem or whatever, and I just tell them, oh, you know what you need to do about that heart murmur of yours? You need to like eat like a lot of Jell-O and buy a penguin. And they're like, but that makes no sense. I'm not doing that. It's like, oh, you just gave up too easily because you came across something that didn't make sense and you're not willing to dig in and like really like follow this thing through all the way. It's like, you deserve that heart murmur. It's like, yeah, sometimes things don't make sense because it's a mystery and a thing we need to like work through and solve. But sometimes things don't make sense because they just don't fucking make sense.
Yeah, and Jared, this is what they want the congregation to believe. No, actually, I don't know if they want. We really only have to get through like just over half of it before he gets into just emotional appeal with like worship shit and the feel goods. I think they're really less concerned about what the congregation believes and more about holding on to the good feels, because he's not making great points. He contradicts himself, ends up like disproving God essentially by the end, and so he's leading into a misunderstanding of transcendence at this point in his talk.
Yeah, and also I love how people are like running with that dumb analogy that I came up with. That's a good question. I mean, if the penguin is actually a cardiologist, but hey, but I didn't share that part because that part's a mystery.
What if you had penguin Jell-O? Is that made from? Is that Jell-O made from penguin cartilage instead of horse cartilage?
Yeah. Is it made from penguin or by penguin, or both? Are penguins making Jell-O out of each other?
You could probably train a penguin to make Jell-O. Not that hard. It's gonna taste like penguin flipper, though. That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
It's gonna be a little like birdy and fishy at the same time.
Have I mentioned I love this show and the places it goes and the places that our chat takes it? Like, just
the humanity is the premise, the tangent.
Or I still love like I think my favorite thing there was a lot of things that you said during the old Three Beer Gospel podcast days, but one of my favorites, the one that's coming to mind right now, is when we're talking about if someday we were to offer some kind of like Patreon or something, and we were trying to come up with all the things we would offer for like the different tiers, and it was all like the dumbest shit, and you're just like, is it endearing how much we don't care? I feel like that's like the big question of our show. Is it endearing how much we don't care? One penguin loves another penguin. They make Jell-O, and it looks like this.
What the hell is a sea leopard? Do you mean sea lion?
That might be a thing. Leopard seals. Yes.
Oh,
that's a thing. Yes,
that is a thing.
By penguins, of penguins, and for the penguins. Yes. Just as Abraham Lincoln wanted it.
That would definitely be fish flavored Jell-O.
A delicacy among the polar bears, though.